So this is the Bludgeoning
for another week.
The second installment of the official Switch, right?
Yeah.
We've been slogging through a long ass time.
Yeah.
Today we did 2 full episodes pretty much, so we're just going to keep this short. This is the intro. We interviewed Jeremy Perkins from Eohum and Wykan and his buddy Barry or Battery.
Good guys, really good. This is a really fun
Great guys, great interview, super fun.
This might be the funnest interview we've done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, I didn't know how well connected they were.
Yeah, really cool guys, man. I mean, keep supporting Canadian metal, Canadian doom, Canadian everything. Like, I mean, we make fun of CanCon a lot because it's fun.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it's great that we're forced to do a lot of great.
Yeah, like a lot of bands wouldn't exist without it.
Yeah,
right?
when like, and you know, they're from Montreal. They're keeping it on lockdown in Montreal with them. I mean, Montreal is the hub of Canadian metal, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish it would bleed over into Ontario.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it was Toronto, but it's not. So.
Yeah.
I mean, good on Montreal, man. These are fucking good old Canadian boys making some great metal, some great riffs.
Drinking beers.
This is a really fun interview we did with these guys.
I'm going to have a bitch of a time editing out the swear words.
For the radio portion, yeah. But if you're listening on the podcast portion, I mean, some good stuff.
Oh yeah,
these are good guys having a good time.
And then after that, we did a really in-depth review of the Rivers of Nile album.
Yeah,
where the owls know my name.
Some could say too in-depth.
Yeah, I liked it though. I like that.
Rivers of do you know the song by Fear? New York City's alright if you like saxophones.
No.
Rivers of Nile is alright if you like saxophones.
Yeah.
Well, a few songs anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well,
enjoy the interview. This is a lot of fun. This is a fun episode. Support Canadian metal. Listen to these guys. Listen to our show every Saturday night.
Yeah. The Bludgeoning.
9 to midnight.
We'll get to that in the end.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
All right. Peace.
All right. See ya.
Enjoy the interview.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Good, you?
Not bad. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. How are you guys doing?
We're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, party.
What have you been playing before?
We're not on the radio right now. We're doing the podcast, and then
you're just doing the podcast firsthand? Okay, so you'll tell me when it comes in?
Yeah, it'll be
okay.
Next
I got the singer with me, so I'll pass over Barry from Eohum at a certain part, you know.
Cool. Sounds good.
There you go. Getting us at the end of a jam. So what are we going to do? How long you want?
Whatever, 10,
15 minutes, whatever.
Wow, that's a fucking century.
Well, we were thinking about doing like an 8-hour shift if you're down for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, make it sweet and simple with you guys. Let's try to bring it to half or something, you know.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you, man.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah, cool.
And don't worry, you don't have to worry about swearing because we can edit it out.
Yeah, that's a big error with me if I'm not there with you.
Yeah.
With the OM and stuff, it was kind of hard. It was kind of passionate. But whatever.
Anyways.
What's up?
So, we weren't really terribly familiar with your work before John got in contact with us, but over the past few weeks, we've been listening to it. So why don't we just start off with you telling us your story and give us a little bit of background on where you came from.
Yeah, in the scene in Montreal, when I came back about 8 years ago, I happened to have some people at arm's reach in the area that were already in the metal scene, and coming back, you know, with the opportunity with black metal and doom as a base, we were able to release a first album with Eohum that was kind of like a doomy, rocky, but you know the metal took over, and by the second album it was this pretty huge death. Black metal album. You had the doomy breaks and whatnot, but I lost myself somewhere in that where, the blues, the rocky feel of each riff change and everything was no longer present. So we did a side project, and I was able to get a good drummer with a jazz background just to bring it down without any double pedal, just single pedal. Matt from Cryptopsy, always likes to use his cleans on an album if he can. When I give him a nice little riff, so we came together with this, sleep style, doomy, something that people could recognize. If you get too progressive and you lose the people, you lose the interest. So you have to blend black metal and doom in a way where it's presentable. So with the Wykan, we were able to do it the last 6 months. So 3 guys, a bassist, a new bassist, a new drummer, and just 1 guitar. I'm using your typical Marshall, head. I got the JVM 410H, with you can get a nice JCM 800 sound with a Mesa boogie bottom. And then I hit the splitter, it's like, any major doom, and you got like another stack that starts up, an old JCM 900 from the early 90s, right? I'm playing this through a single coil Strat with, 12 pedals on a board. So when we're hitting the fucking, the big muff and the fuzz, you're feeling it, right?
Yeah.
So we've kind of brought it down a couple speeds, and, it's down to a nice mix where it's rocky. I had the room with Wykan to add some blues influence, solos in offbeats where you don't really see it usually in doom, right?
No, yeah.
So,
You're what you're saying about how you kind of like to combine the doom and black metal sounds, but to make it fuller and more interesting. That is exactly, like, I know exactly what you're saying, because a lot of times with doom and with black metal it can get kind of boring, but when you combine them, it's very rich and it's a very full sound. You definitely nailed what you're going for.
And when someone's reviewing it, I don't put much on our website unless it's like a big, platform or whatnot. But, the most of the reviews that you get, someone that won't notice, wow, he's doing like a John Lee fucking hooker solo right there.
Yeah.
He's gonna say like, oh, you have like a nice blend where black metal meets, but in an appropriate way.
Not in a boring way.
Yeah, exactly. So it's blending those two where, where you're making that change towards a tempo where you usually have like a double pedal instead of just your rock. That's the key to make that blend. And that's what we pulled off with Eohum, and that's continuing with Wykan. But we're talking like 6 months ago I wrote these songs. So what I want to go into is more the clean channel on the Marshall head,
Right.
And bring you guys a little bit more doomy, rocky stuff that, the last like 9 minutes, with a nice flange going.
Oh yeah, and Doom is making a big comeback right now
huge.
With Bellwitch and Chemist. These are some of the biggest bands in the metal scene right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of respectable Canadian bands as well. That are what's the band from Alberta again? Hawkwood.
Oh yeah, they were just in Hamilton. They're really good.
They're great. I got some we're coming from a scene in Montreal where Dope Throne comes from. I know Vince from Dope Throne, like from back in the day. I haven't spoken to him like in 10 years, but back in the day when everybody was going to these scenes in Montreal, and doom was like totally underground with punk, and punk was still pretty big. You had these really big bands, and Dope Throne is one of those big respects. Those Electric Wizards of Canada.
Oh yeah.
They've really brought it to the front, and they made this huge void where the companies will take the risk to bring a band like that to Montreal, on the tour. Well, so that's what we're seeing more and more.
What is it? Okay, so we're from here in Ontario. I'm not sure where you're from. Are you from Montreal originally? Or?
Yeah, we're in Montreal. Yeah, originally. Yeah. I was running around. I do contracts. I'm a marketing guy. I do events and stuff.
So you're all over
North
the place.
America. I came back to Montreal 8 years ago. Like I distinguished at the beginning. Yeah.
What is it about Montreal that has made it the metal hub of like every time there's a fucking sick new metal band from Canada?
There's enough people. There's enough heads to actually make all those subgenres and little drawers and a big piece of wood of metal, that there's enough people to show up to a show for every genre. Mm-hmm. You won't have everybody just showing up for a big show. Of course, if D-Side's coming to Montreal, or any big bands are coming to Montreal, or you got festivals, you see pretty much the scene there.
Right.
But when it comes to any subgenre, like just death, or speed blast, or doom, or stoner doom, or each genre has a huge amount of followings in a place like Montreal, where it's more generational. You didn't lose that gap. The kids just didn't get lost. They had enough buddies that congregated in those type of genres.
The culture is completely separated.
Yeah, so we were. I mean, we wrote it, and the marketing strategy that I usually do, post production of everything, just to get the eye out. You know, we're on average 35 years old in the last two bands, Eohum and Wykan. You know, it's like, you know, Matt from Cryptopsy. You know, we're not getting any younger.
No, yeah.
So we're not touring. We got major things going on, but just to be able to market it right, get enough word out, you know, it's just something to listen to. And if the people love it, you know, I'm happy, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to play with these players to continue that, you know.
How'd you get hooked up with Matt from Cryptopsy? Just from being in the scene? Because I noticed that he does...
Matt, actually. You know, the guys from Dope Drum and certain people, there's a past, but no, he just happened to be the front man, and we were doing albums, you know, at different, you know, studios like The Grid, which is Donaldson from, you know, the guy who's been with Cryptopsy forever.
Yeah.
And, you know, Matt just came into the scene, you know, right field, and replaced, and had a hard time. I mean, people rejected the guy, right?
Well, replacing Lord Worm isn't the easiest.
But now now they're more warm about the idea, and he's the head guy for Cryptopsy. But they're doing amazing. I mean, they're self-produced now, and all these bands from Montreal. The reason why the Flame's so alive is they're still playing. But they're not dragging it like ZZ Top. They're not 70 yet, you know?
No, yeah.
They're in their 30s. They're in their 40s. It's still rolling.
Gorguts is still killing it, too.
Yeah. You want to talk about the scene? Let's talk to Barry Butler. He's with Eohum. He's singing on 2 songs with Wykan. He's from BC. He'll talk to you about how the scenes come together. You have some time for that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get it going. Hey, brother. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
It's Friday. I can't complain.
Yeah. Right on. End of the week.
Awesome.
Getting into the beers, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Get her done.
Hang on a sec.
Speaking of which, I need to go grab.
You need a beer?
When you hear something,
Here, I'll grab
I'll let you know. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Anyway, I'm back. So you boys are in the Bludgeoned.
We're a radio show called The Bludgeoning, yeah.
Oh, okay, the Bludgeon. I thought you were in the band The Bludgeoning. I'm like, really?
No.
So those guys are grindy as fuck.
I saw that after we had branded our show and our podcast and everything. I saw there was a band called that, and I'm like, fuck, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
And they are good.
Yeah, dude, they're brutal as fuck. They're coming here next in the summer.
Know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check them out because I didn't even know that they were a thing. Huh.
Yeah, man, they're fucking. If you like death grind, they're pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's just dropping their phones here.
So tell us about the Montreal scene. Apparently, you're the expert.
Well, I've got a lot of connections across the country. I started out in Vancouver playing in the grind scene out there. I met a really good friend of mine by the name of Stephen Henry who started a band called Neuraxis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm aware of Neuraxis. Yeah.
Okay. So Stephen and I became very good friends after they had played my ex-band Tard from Vancouver had opened a show for them, and then we had this crazy ass 200-person party at my house for them. And then so I moved out here from Vancouver 5 years ago, and the scene here is a totally different animal than anywhere I've ever played.
Yeah.
It's amazing just due to the fact that you have so many venues. And you have so many bands that are of such excellent caliber of musicianship that, you know, you do shows with so many different people, and it just pushes you to go, like, better as a musician just due to the fact that there's... and people show up here.
Yeah, you said you said you lived in Vancouver?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too. I used to live there, too.
Oh, yeah? Where are you from?
I lived in the East End.
Yeah, where?
I lived at First and Commercial.
Nice. I'm from 28th and Main.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Little Mountain.
Yeah. Do you know what I was going to say?
Baby.
The fucking metal scene in Vancouver sucks, man.
Yeah, dude.
I saw Napalm Death at the Rickshaw Theater with 20 people there.
Oh.
I fucking hate that venue so much. It's nothing but a big box of cement.
I know.
I know, dude. It bounces around. So I remember seeing Hate Eternal there, and I was like
so disappointed. Because Flesh God Apocalypse had opened. I like to call them Flesh Rod a Cock on Lips. I hate that band with a passion.
Dude, they just got too much going on.
Well, it's not that they got too much going on. It's they have too much going on that doesn't make sense. It doesn't work.
I know, it's just noise.
Eohum was a 6-piece. And we had 2 guitarists, a bassist, a drummer, me, and a French horn player. And we had no problems coordinating how things worked. Like, sonically, it was a machine.
Yeah.
But Flesh Rod is just a mess. It is. It's a loud mess.
When you put that the symphonic shit out,
yeah, it's
synth
too
is
much.
so bad.
Yeah,
it's too much. Too digital.
Too much.
Too digital.
You don't get a lot. That's the thing. That's what I love about Montreal. Montreal, there's none of that bullshit. This city is full on, like, every genre that plays here is professional as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you get, like, quality bands, like, in the metal scene, like, you get, like, Beyond Creation, Cryptopsy,
Gorguts,
Voivod,
Gorguts,
so good.
Cryptopsy, as we said before.
Is Arcspire from there too?
No, Arcspire from Vancouver.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
friends of mine,
that's
actually.
right. Yeah, fuck, their drummer, man, holy shit.
Yeah, Spencer's a beast. Spencer's a monster. Toby and I are good friends. He used to play in a band called Muspelheim.
Okay.
And Tard went on tour with them. They're good people. Toby's a machine. Jared's amazing. Like, every one of those boys are amazing caliber musicians.
I saw somebody on their Ask Reddit thread was like, "Is your dad a fucking sewing machine or something?" That dude can fly. Hello?
Uh-oh.
Did we lose you?
Sorry about that. You were saying something with their AMQ on Reddit?
Oh, yeah, about how he was talking about how his, someone asked the drummer of Arcspire if his dad is a sewing machine. I've never heard drumming that fast in my life.
I'm going to have to ask Spencer that next, when I talk to him next. Hey, man, is your dad a sewing machine? Fuck you. That makes sense. But yeah, man, that's the thing in this city, and like being in the metal scene here, what blows my mind is just the fact that how organized everything is. Like back in BC, everybody who you jam with and who you play in bands with, you're best friends with, you hang out with, you hang, you drink, you smoke, you bleed, you fuck together. But here it's a business. And that's what makes it different. Here you go to rehearsal, you have everything all set up, and it's like you're not your buddies with your bandmates, you know what I mean? Here it's money, and it's business. Yeah, and like dudes are playing in like, regardless of what you play, you're playing in like 4 or 5 different bands at a time.
Right.
I mean, I've got Eohum. I'm singing for Wykan for a couple of songs. I've got my best friend who who is my buddy Steven. Him and I have Empathy Denied together. Yeah, we're all producing albums. Plus, I've got my own project that's going to be coming out soon that I'm doing called Flesh Peddler. It's kind of a putrid pile thing where it's me doing all the instruments, and then live I'll play guitar and sing.
Like a porno grind kind of thing?
No. It will kind of porno grind, but it's going to be more along the lines of a butcher pimping meat. It works in both angles. Like Flesh Peddler's a pimp, but a butcher is also a flesh peddler.
Yeah.
So if you're selling ground up hooker meat, it all kind of works.
Oh my god. That's incredible.
Brutal.
It's an idea.
Well,
I hope it fucking pans out.
Oh yeah, dude.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah, it was
All
fucking
right, man,
awesome.
You're more than welcome.
Are you guys gonna
are fucking awesome.
You guys are gonna be at? Are we gonna be able to party with you guys at Heavy MTL this summer or what?
Oh, you can find me all over Heavy. So I'll pass you back to Jeremy.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for hanging out. Peace.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, thanks for hanging out, man. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything we can expect coming out?
Well, I mean, welcome to the family, guys. I mean, it's a big Doom Groove fucking family, and we're glad that you guys are able to play this shit, you know?
Oh, fuck yeah.
How did you guys like the album yourself? How about you guys plug it?
Oh, yeah.
We're here to plug the release. Friday the 13th. I did it purposely. You didn't notice?
It's Friday the 13th. I didn't even think about that. No.
Next fucking week. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's cool. Whatever.
We'll be playing it on...
happens to be, right?
On the Saturday after.
Yeah, we'll be playing it the Saturday right afterward.
Yeah. I just play the whole fucking thing.
The whole fucking thing. Yeah,
from start to finish.
We'll play it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
That'll just be from 9 to 12 a.m.
But yeah, with a single coil Fender pedals and 2 Marshall stacks, that was a sound. What the band's really happy about is the outcome of the sound.
Yeah.
Just the overall sound of the album came out good. It could have went way anyway. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of different settings. The bassist has a pedal board. It came out good.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
And Silver Wings, Montreal, man.
Fuck yeah!
It's a great studio. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll try and touch base with you guys at Heavy.
Yeah.
If you want to party or whatever.
Corner. See you in a couple of months, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
All right.
How long was that?
About 19 minutes.
Yeah, they thought 10 minutes was going to be an eternity, and then they just wanted to chat. Good guys.
Had a great time.
Good guys, man. I could have stayed chatting with them all night.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be pretty crazy.
It's almost perfect that they were drinking because they were really loose.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a tough fucking one to edit, though.
Yeah. A couple of drunk Canadian metalhead
Puts
boys.
fucking Alexi Leo to shame. What did he say? Peddling hooker meat?
Yeah, that's great.
That's a big long beep.
You have to do what they do in Metalocalypse.
The fucking... Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Every time they swear, just put the pinch harmonic. It's like...
Yeah, we'll do that.
Gotta do that.
That was great. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Good guys.
Yeah, what a great way to come back to the podcast.
Yeah,
this is the Bludgeoning now.
Welcome back.
Yeah, and we just got there's a I forgot to tell you there's a band called the Bludgeoning.
Yeah. I know. It's a very metal name.
Are they grindcore or what did you say?
It's a death grind.
Yeah.
Death. Okay, what's the difference?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even. I like how I threw a porno grind and you guys were like, "What the fuck?"
There's like
did you see my face when you said that?
Yeah, like, porno grind. It's a real genre.
You could get your doctorate in anthropology just on death metal,
just on grind
subgenres.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's insane. That one guy here has it, I think.
Oh, the Sam guy from As Blood Runs Black.
You actually go to university and you.
Yeah, he studied in university.
Yeah, he studied metal anyway.
Yeah, not. But like the guy, he's got the subgenres down to a science.
All right, let's get into our album review, eh?
Yeah. So we're gonna do the Rivers of Nile.
Let's do Rivers of Nile. Yeah.
You listened to it, Colin?
I've listened to it while I was working out. Like, it's tough. Like,
I know.
Working out and I'm just like,
I have that problem. It's so annoying. I try to listen to the podcast and I just like lose track.
Mm-hmm. It's hard. Like.
Anyway,
yeah, no, from what I heard, it was really good.
I listen to the shit out of it. So,
all right, well, let's go through it track by track. This is the new Rivers of Nile album. It's called what's it called? Where Owls Know My Name.
I love that album cover.
So I know. So this is what we're gonna do, Colin.
So cool.
We're gonna go through it track by track, kind of give our thoughts on it, and then we're gonna give a score out of 10 in 5 different categories, and then we'll give our total score.
It sounds like
an aggregate score.
I fail already.
We're gonna put our math heads together and see how many. So, and there are 5 categories: are album artwork, musicianship, general opinions, brutalness, production, and lyrics.
Okay.
So the album is Where Owls Know My Name.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fucking cool title. I
know.
Say. And I love. Okay, so the album starts off.
I love owls in general.
So the album starts off with Cancer Moonspeak.
It's so cool. You know what's so weird? listening to that track, the opening track, they've got like a backing vocals, and it sounds like Colin. It sounds like Colin on The Wanderers. Next time you listen to it, fucking listen to it.
I want to hear this right now.
Did they fucking steal our fucking shit?
They're just like, let's just go through the back channels of YouTube and find the weakest ass fucking...
We were featured on Blabbermouth.
No, I know, that's really cool.
So if the whole album was that song, I would have loved it.
What song?
That song. Like, that intro song is so cool and it's
the next
so
song,
weird. And then the next song is called... so their first song is just like an intro.
Yeah.
Weird.
Ambient.
Weird things speaking over top of some trippy sound effects. It's really cool.
What one is the one that sounds like me?
The very
first
one.
The very beginning of the first one. So it's
You gotta listen to, like, it's covered up, but it's in there.
So then the second song is called... the second song is called
Like
the Silent Life. The Silent Life. And this is one of the coolest metal songs I think I've ever heard.
The sax.
The saxophone. So
Yeah.
there's alto sax on this album.
That's, man, tech death, I hate to say it, has become a stale fucking genre.
Yeah.
It's just the same fucking
It's
thing
so-
pounded into your head every fucking time.
It's all this-
I can sweep on my bass.
Yeah.
Oh, I can sweep on my guitar and tune with, or in melody with
And
the
the
bass. Well, and the fucking
Necrophagus
7,000
kind of like
Well, they start.
they pioneered it and mastered it right away, and then everybody
But
else
then
was just like
nothing. They just copied it.
I know.
But these guys, man, throwing the sax in, and
there's a solo on this song
It's so crazy.
that is insane. Dueling solo between the alto sax and the guitar.
Yeah.
That blew my fucking mind apart.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
incredible. I'm so happy that somebody innovated the genre.
It was just so weird because you're like, oh, Colin, it kind of sounds genty. So
Well, it did.
but at the same time, like we can dig it. You know?
It's blending, like it's blurring lines. That's what it's doing.
I love blurring.
Okay, well, talking blurred lines. I fucking love me some blurred lines.
You like the music video?
Well, I'm more of a fan of the theme songs his dad wrote.
Oh yeah.
Baby, moving on. I think he wrote that, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Anyway,
We're moving off topic.
all I was gonna say is with the sax and everything. Like I recently just got into listening to like Coltrane, who's like a saxophone player who literally spent his whole entire life mastering music theory and sax and blending all these different genres from all this other music, even like Middle Eastern music and all this other stuff, and the fluidity that you can actually get out of a sax and knowing all this stuff with it, like blending that with metal, like that's what kind of the feel I got with this, because it's just like you never know, like our brain's always trying to predict what's gonna happen next, like even the words that I'm speaking,
That's what makes humor and fears, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When it's fucking off.
But I just love when bands like this incorporate things
I think that's like
from rudimentary things that like
that's when shit fucking makes your spine tingle, because you're
Yeah.
trying to predict it, and then it's just like, whoa.
Well, that's what I was driving. I was like, "Oh my god, this is fucking crazy! This is so cool!" And this song blew me away. It's like almost 7 minutes. It's amazing, right? And I was like, "This is really good." And then we'll go on to the next song. Okay, the next song is Eohum. And this song fucking sucks. It's not good. This track before this, The Silent Life, is one of the coolest, most innovative metal songs, tech death songs I've ever heard. And then this song is right back to standard tech death.
Yeah.
It's genty as fuck. It's like, do you think the drummer knows how to use a fucking bass drum? Holy shit. This album is a sonic attack on my ears at points with the double bass. And it's really frustrating because at one point there's the song, like the last song, The Silent Life, which is one of the best metal songs I think I've heard in a long time. And then the next song is just like, it's so disappointing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's
No,
the middle
yeah,
of the
I mean-
album. It's almost like the climax where it's like the build up almost, it has to be that intense.
It
point.
comes in and it smashes you in the face, and then it kind of like draws.
Yeah, it's just like, but this song is trying to punch you in the face too. Like, it's heavy as fuck. It's brutal.
Just generic.
It just sounds like every other tech death band I've
but
ever
that's
heard.
the thing. They're
Bow, bow, bow. Like that genty
Yeah.
bass is just
it's not quite like it's not the
like you can't quite play it. You can't quite play it with one hand.
no.
But it's very genty at times. The double bass is very in your face. But I mean
I don't notice a big break. I like the song because the whole fucking album has a feel to it, and I used to like a lot of tech death.
yeah.
So I don't say I don't notice shit like that, but when they break into like, that's obviously something like Growing Pains. Maybe they're trying to innovate, but they're just so
Yeah.
ingrained in that sound.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from and why people like tech death. It's not my favorite genre. I just thought it was so cool how innovative these first two tracks were. And then I was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then the next song, like, it's barely even distinct. Oh, the track number 4, Old Nothing. It's barely distinguishable from track number 3. I barely even noticed the
I
difference.
love Old Nothing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with the tracks. I just find they just blend together.
Yeah, I love that
tech
song.
death, this
Old
tech-
Nothing. I love it. That's one of my favorites on the album, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I need to re-listen because I was just so blown away by the first two tracks that I was like,
It just doesn't get any better than that. Yeah. Yeah. It might just be a pacing issue. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of bands have problems. They'll write fucking awesome songs, but they'll put them in the wrong order.
yeah.
And Sephirum has that problem with like every single album. Like, you listen to Two Paths, I'm sure it's a good album, but the fucking pacing is way off.
Yeah.
Like, way off.
I know.
And like you get excited in one song, and then the next song is just like it doesn't, you don't ease into it.
And like, okay, so we'll go into the next song, track number 5, Subtle Change, including the Forest of Transit on and Dissatisfaction. Including the Forest of Transcendentation and the Dissatisfaction Dance.
What a song name.
What a song name. That is so cool. That is class. That's like Nile level song title almost.
Yeah.
Chapters of Obedience. And
Permitting the noble dead to descend to the underworld.
And that's a short title for Nile.
Yeah.
Some of their older albums, it's like 15, 20,
Oh, man.
20 word names. But this song, right back to fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Right back to
That's
awesome.
like I was saying, it's a bit of a pacing issue.
The sax is right back in there. I never thought I'd say this about an album before, but this tech death album needs more sax. I got a craving, and the only solution is more saxophone. I never thought I needed saxophone in my death metal before.
No.
But holy
I know.
shit, it sounds
First
so
time I listened
good.
to it, I was like, is that a fucking saxophone? That's a fucking saxophone.
What is that? What are those brass things? Shaggers?
Who do they think they are?
George Michaels did a bunch of cocaine.
Fucking now.
It fits so well, though.
And like the way the guitar player plays
Like a
along with
melody.
the sax is insane.
Yeah, it's melodic.
I don't know how many times they must have practiced this shit, but it's like
I wonder, see,
I wonder if it's
there's
on a
an
trigger.
issue. There's an issue with bands like these. Mm-hmm. Can they do it live?
Yeah.
That's the thing. The Faceless, I started, their first two albums were fucking awesome. It was when I was right in my tech death area, and I was into it. I loved it. I saw them live, and it just completely turned me off because they were fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, straight up,
They stand there and they focus
Awful.
so hard. And
they're so bad that the whole band quit. Did you hear that?
no, recently?
Yeah. Every member quit except for one guy. And he's planning a tour. Yeah. They fucking go through more members than Helveti,
Oh, wow.
which is a lot.
Yeah. Helveti's had like 30 members.
Yeah.
Was the guitarist the founder of the band?
I don't know, but maybe. I'm thinking maybe it's one of those becoming the archetype things where the whole band is just turned over by now. And it's like
Isn't that weird how they do that? It's just like, you're a band. You know, normally when you start a band, it's like five dudes that you usually know, or it's just like you get together, and then all of a sudden it's just like people get swapped in and out. But you have, you bleed and you sweat and you fuck with. That's pretty jokes.
Oh, party. Oh, man.
Did you just say I love partying?
No, I just said party. I was just listening to an interview with Andrew WK, and the dude uses party as like a comma. He'll just be like party.
I love Andrew WK, man. That guy's my hero.
Oh my god, he's so good.
He's a fucking greasy dude, man. He doesn't change his clothes ever.
Party.
They're like white and they turn yellow.
Yeah, like his religion is party.
Yeah, I know, man.
So, but he's like party is whatever you want it to be, man. He's like partying can be like partying, drinking, whatever, or it can just be like you just chilling, playing video games. That's party too, man.
Anyways, let's get back.
So that song, that is an amazing 9-minute epic. I really like the clean vocals on this album. I'm usually not a fan of clean singing at all, but I thought it worked really good on that song, especially with the saxophone and the piano too. Actually,
Yeah.
I really don't mind. Actually, no. Am I getting a couple? No, there's piano on it, right? Or am I getting?
Oh yeah, well, synth.
Yeah, and there's also a harp. I think it is.
Yeah.
Cello. That's what it is. That's what's right. It's not a harp or it's not a synth. It's a cello. On this song, yeah, it's a cello. It's really cool. It really fits in with the sax, and like it's just so innovative and cool. And it's like this great 10-minute song. So then we get into track number 6, Terrestria 3, Wither.
I wonder, is there Terrestria 1 and 2?
I don't know. I'm not really familiar.
I've never listened to their stuff before this album.
So this song, to be honest, I don't even remember listening to it.
No, see, that was my thing with this album too. Is I kind of trailed off at the end.
That's the thing about the tech death stuff is like the generic Genty songs I found. I couldn't decipher them from each other. I was like, oh, okay, this song's over. We're into the next one already. And the next one at Hollow. Hollow was another one of those straight up Genty ones. It was fine if you like gent and you like tech death. It's fine. The musicianship on all these songs is incredible. Then we get to track 8, which is my favorite non-super innovative song on the album, called Death is Real. This song is great.
My problem is I'm always listening to albums and I never look at them while I'm listening to them.
Right.
So I don't remember track names as much until I find like The Bereavement and I listen to it 18 times.
Well, see, this is the thing. I was listening to it in my work car and it has all the song titles right up on this.
Yeah.
It's on Bluetooth, right? So I can see them right in front of me.
Isn't that crazy, like how much visuals can help with the auditory experience?
Oh, totally. And sometimes I don't like it telling me how much is left in the track. I just like to experience it.
Yeah.
But just being able to see like the name of the track.
You were saying
okay.
like
I've
the
noticed
visuals.
that more with the radio show.
Remember-
you see how like close it is to the end. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because we're about to like go in. It's like,
Yeah.
Do you remember when Tim Lambesis wasn't a fucking heel?
Yeah.
And the guy from As Lay Dying?
Oh yeah.
And they made that band right before he fucking went to jail.
Man.
Called Pyrithian.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they're so good. And like Colin was saying,
so good.
the album artwork on that was fucking amazing. And then on YouTube they had like, it was like animated. It was so fucking
seen a
cool.
few
It was like a big fucking Reaper and he had like a flaming goblet in his hand.
And a pack of steroids in one hand.
Yeah. And tits.
and a contract killer notice in the one hand.
A cop. It was a cop. Fucking
Man,
idiot.
what an idiot! Who thinks that you can pay a contract killer $1,000?
He was all juiced up.
How
man.
fucking yeah! This guy will kill somebody for $1,000. What the fuck? I wouldn't even like. I wouldn't even sell weed
I wouldn't
for $1,000
fight
bucks.
a person. for
No,
that.
yeah, I know. I wouldn't.
That's not even worth the lawyers for an assault charge.
No, I wouldn't even drive cab for a few days
go.
for $1,000.
No, I'm good.
All right, let's get back and finish this off.
Okay, next song, Where Owls Know My Name. Saxophone solo on this song. Incredible. I'm telling you, sax. Rivers of Nile needs to hire Zach Strauss full time.
He's not full time.
No, he's only on 4 songs on this album.
Oh,
He's a
oh,
guest
man.
studio musician. This dude needs to be hired full time in this band, I'm telling you.
So what do they do live? It's probably just samples.
I guess, I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Yeah,
Those tech death guys, they need a dude on a computer. Like Beyond Creation had that too. They had a dude on a computer beside them. I don't know why.
yeah, they use a programming live computer. That's a lot of these tech death stuff. This stuff's so complicated. They have to have these triggers. And that's another thing about this. The bass drop triggers. Why? You're heavy as fuck already.
I know.
You don't need the bass drop triggers. Like, it drives me nuts.
I hate bass in metal. I
know.
always have.
It's not necessary.
And that's
fast. That's like when I
like
saw
it.
that. Yeah, you're young. What's that shitty deathcore band?
Carnifex?
No.
Amur?
No. They're like Christian. Impending Doom.
Oh, yeah.
They're like one of the first.
Oh, yeah, every fucking minute.
It's so annoying. I fucking blew the.
Peaked so hard on that.
Just like we saw them at Cornerstone the one year, and it was just like.
I do have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, last song on the album while Colin takes a pee.
Well, I give Jason a lot.
Capricorn, another
Oh.
8-minute gent. Like every song on this album is like 6-8 minutes long. It's good. It's fine. I have no problem with it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Give me those 4 sax tracks.
Like, yeah.
Inject that shit into my veins. Everything else, boring.
I get it. The pacing's a little off. But
So what I was thinking is that I feel like it's almost like this album was written by 2 different bands. It's like, 4 of the 10 tracks are like these like super cool, innovative. I'd even say 5 are these super cool, innovative songs, and the rest is just boring Meshuggah worship.
yeah.
And it's fine. The drumming's great. The musicianship is great, but it's generic.
So that's the end.
All right, so yeah, that's the end of the album. Let's get into our 5 categories. Our 6 categories. Sorry, our album artwork, musicianship, brutalness, production, lyrics, and then general opinions. Everything based out of 10, and then we'll combine.
So general
for an aggregate
opinion is
score.
like an overall.
An overall kind
Okay.
of like, because you can all those things can be really well, and you still not like it very much.
Yeah.
Am I having a stroke, or is there something burning?
No, there's
us?
something burning.
Okay.
Well, the studio's on fire.
There's some drunks in the living room cooking pizza, I think. So okay, so album artwork.
Oh my goodness. 17,000?
17th.
No.
Out of 10.
10.
10. Perfect 10. Jason gives that album artwork a perfect 10. Musicianship.
Musicianship. I'm.
10.
A solid 8.
A solid 8.
Yeah.
Brutalness.
See, the thing with these tech death bands is they like to get more spiritual than brutal.
Yeah.
So that's like a 4.
4 on the brutal scale. Okay. I like your now these opinions and these reviews is based on absolute nothing.
Yeah.
This is just horseshit.
Riff raff.
Production.
7.
7. Yeah, fair. Lyrics.
I'm not into the whole spiritual thing, so I'll give him a 6.
Yeah. Get it. And then general opinions.
Like total overall,
yeah.
7.5, I think.
7.5. Just it's not your thing. Like what? Like explain their 7.5.
7.5 is good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's like an IMDb rating that
you'd be like, yeah, I'll watch that.
I'll watch that.
But an album is an hour. You can listen to it over and over again, which you have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like it, but am I going to like it?
Are you going to get the album art tattooed on your arm?
No,
Probably not.
No. See, 7.5 is good for me. I like it now.
Jason's
you know
a tough
me,
critic, as we all know.
I
Jason is a bitch. He's which is good. He's such a bitch. What was that guy's name that used to review clothes? Kent Blackwood or something like that?
I don't know.
The Blacklist. All right, Colin. Album artwork.
10.
You didn't let me finish my thought, but whatever.
Fuck you. You're a bitch. Moving on to Colin. 10 out of 10.
No, I love the album artwork. I really love
It's super cool.
the coloring of it and the whole fact that it's just right in your face. The face to face. I don't know.
Yeah, it's right up there.
You know, if they had anything to do with any folk, it would have gone to a 9.
Musicianship, Colin.
You know, I don't want to just copy the whole list here of numbers, but no, I'd agree, probably like an 8. Because, you know, there were some parts where it's like you said, it's generic, kind of like...
But it gets so offset by the sax because it's just so good.
Like, they're all super talented, but it's not all that... Like, it's super innovative in parts, and then it's like, oh, this is really boring.
Yeah.
Well, how many albums do they actually have now?
3?
3, I think, yeah.
I feel like this is the album where they're like starting to really experiment with stuff. With
this is
the sax and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited for 4.
Obviously, they've exploded on this too. Yeah. This ranked on Billboard.
Really?
Yeah. So
they were just here in Toronto with some deathcore tour, and we should have gone. It was like them and like Rings of Saturn and the Faceless. Brutalness.
Well, I guess you're defining brutalness as...
Brutalness is your own Colin's definition of brutalness.
Well, seeing as I don't pay attention to the lyrics or anything, I don't know if they're talking about chopping up hookers and and making porn grind out of it or whatever the fuck that's called. But yeah, just the overall sound, I'd probably just go off of and say probably like a 6. Like, it sounded pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Fuck, this pen is cool.
But I have no idea what they're talking about in the... I guess they're more spiritual, as Jason says.
Cool. It just stops working.
It's cool, but it sucks dick.
Oh yeah, no, it's a piece of shit. Just spit on it. Just spit on that wood. There you go.
Production.
Production, no, they sound really good. I'd say probably 8.
Yeah.
Especially the blending of the sax, you know, to be able to have that, you know, the digital distortion and everything like that, still sounding like raw, but at the same time adding that sax in, and it wasn't super overproduced and like a bunch of reverb thrown on it. Like, it just sounded really good altogether.
Lyrics.
No fucking idea. 10. 10! 10! 10! I don't know.
We'll call it a 6 then.
We'll call it 6, because I have no idea.
And general score.
General score, I'd say probably an 8.
8.
I really liked it.
All right, album artwork. For me, right across the board, this is a fucking 11. The album artwork for this is so cool.
You gonna tattoo it on your arm?
Honestly, it would look cool as shit.
Tattooed on my dick.
Yeah, I want to put it right on my butthole.
Some girl like just goes to go down on you. It's just a face staring back. And
It's like it reminds me a lot of the Dinosaur Jr. album Tree.
Not familiar with
Or
it.
Farm, sorry, Farm. It's a very similar album cover, like a monster made of weed, basically. Musicianship, I'm right, same with you guys. I'm going to give it an 8. The musicianship is incredibly tight. It's incredibly complicated but it's not. It doesn't have the. It's the same thing every track. It's not. There's a lot of arpeggios. There's a lot of.
Yeah.
It's not this innovative. It doesn't have enough to get it to a 10. Speaking from a guy who can't even fucking play a D on a guitar, but
he loves the D. So.
Exactly. Brutalness, I'm giving this a 7. Brutalness for me is just like fucking heavy, but they're also trying really hard to be brutal. trying really
I
hard to
think
be
they're
heavy
trying
with those
really
bass
hard to be
drops.
spiritual too.
But they're trying really hard to be heavy with those bass drops. You know what? I'm giving it a 5.
Whoa, that was a
You know
big
what?
fucking drop.
a big drop.
I changed it for myself.
Actually, they're fucked.
Production, yeah, this is a solid 8. Whoever recorded this thing is a genius. Getting that sax and that cello and everything in there sounding like crisp and smooth, like that couldn't have been easy. They must have done a million takes, so that's a solid 9. Actually, I'm saying a solid 9.
Change mine to an 8.
All right.
Change mine to a 10.
Lyrics, I could give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was reading through the lyrics and it's like I love fantasy and stuff like that, but I don't understand what the fuck they're
Just
talking
give it a
about.
6, because you know what's going across the board.
666
for the lyrics.
Sound the Sound the Varg alarm. All right, and general opinions.
Satan.
Honestly, the tracks I really liked, and the tracks I didn't like, really didn't like. I'm giving it a 5. I don't think I'll ever listen to this album again. Maybe a track or two, but this album is not going to get any kind of rotation from me.
Yeah, well, down the line, I'll probably forget about it.
Okay, so let's try and do some math here. So out of 60... So out of 60, we've got from Jason, we've got 6. Talk amongst yourselves while I do math.
All right.
12.
So how's your day going? You feel pretty good now?
Pretty good, yeah. I got 2 workouts in today.
Yeah. Going hard. Harder than me.
Not really. I mean,
Well,
I go easy.
going it all is the key, you know? As long as you get there.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, are you gonna share with me?
I guess we have to.
Okay.
We need 3 fucking mics.
Uh,
I should have
it's
bought
coming.
that other one.
Well, I've been looking on Amazon actually with the scissor mic. You can actually buy like a set, and one comes with the
They
mic.
come right with the mic.
I have no idea the quality of the mic or anything. I was almost just thinking about
it's not gonna
test it.
Honestly, when you're in an isolated room and you're not, well, we peak all the fucking time on this anyways, so it's not an issue. As long as it's not like a tinny fucking piece of shit.
That's honestly, that's what I'm worried about.
How much is it?
Like cheap. Like
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
Like birdie cheap. Cheap. But I definitely do want to get the scissor mic stands.
Yeah.
And
To get something.
All right, guys. Shut
we need
up.
another camera.
Colin, shut the fuck up. So, our total aggregate score
That's not what your mother said.
out of 180. So, out of 60, I was a 43 out of 60. Jason, you were a 43.5 out of 60. You liked it just a hair more than me. Colin, you had it at a 48 out of 60. You clearly liked it the most, which makes sense. It's up your alley of... so, if my math is correct, and it's probably not... it's a 74.2 out of it's a 75. It's a solid 75. So that's 7.5 Vargs out of 10. 7.5 Count Grishnacks out of 10 for Rivers of Nile, Where Owls Know My Name.
7.5 zeros and ones out of 1 and 0.
Not too shabby at all.
So yeah, my general score was bang on.
Yeah, said both of ours. I mean, the album artwork
Really fucking upped it.
really boosted it up. The brutalness was pretty low, but the album artwork really killed it. That was a big one for them, and the production too. 2 things that they didn't really have a whole lot to do with.
I guess.
But no, a solid release from a solid band, and they're only going to get better from here. So,
Yeah.
And speaking of only going to get better from here, so are we. We're only going to get better
I'm
from
gonna
here.
tell you right now, I've had so much fun with this fucking episode.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one.
times.
We want to thank the guys, Jeremy and
Butler.
Barry Butler or something like that. Battery Butler, they were calling him. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, good guys. Check out their band. We'll put links up in the
Eohum is their old one.
Eohum and what
Wykan.
Wykan they were calling
saying
it.
it Wykan.
I thought it was Wiccan, like witches, but
and like
Weekend.
Weekend.
yeah.
Fuck.
What's that song?
Oh, I can feel my face when I'm with you. That's what we were talking to the
He's
Weekend.
from Canada too.
yeah, that was them.
Next on our show, we're talking to the Weekend.
And then next week it's Drake. Justin Bieber.
Right. I would do that.
I would too.
I would too. Fuck it.
We would
Drake.
We'd be like, Drake, unfortunately, none of your albums are brutal. Zero.
On the way to Rockfest last year, I did force Jace to listen to Drake for some time. I do.
That was
Do you
brutal.
listen to Drake?
Yeah, I do like Drake.
I literally haven't heard any Drake.
And you get mad at me
I've
for
heard-
liking Russian folk music,
I know.
and you listen to Drake.
I like ignorant hip hop. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's pretty
Oh
fun.
man.
I was listening to some 90s hip hop at work, and I was just so in the
My
zone.
guilty pleasure is 80s pop hits.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I can see that though.
But I do love me Depeche Mode, and I do love me Pet Shop
What's
Boys.
that chick's name? Oh, I always forget.
Annie Lennox?
No. Fucking Yazoo. It's so fucking funny.
What was that fucking? Is that the music video that
Yeah,
you
where
sent?
she's just like,
She's just standing there. She's like,
come back or don't go.
Man, we're over 2 hours now.
No, we're not.
Yep.
"What is this?
This
Joe
plus,
Rogan?"
plus 40 minutes before that.
But the other one, that's a different episode, man.
I can't keep track, man.
That's a different episode, which we have to finish.
Yeah.
All right, you guys finish that. I'm gonna go.
Good app.
So did you? Yeah, you can go because we did the whole one.
Good app.
Okay, bye.
Or did you listen to Kalma? Oh, God.
I almost fucked it.
You always
You
fuck
did
the-
break the chair though.
The chairs broke.
Yeah.
Where?
The pegs came out of the. Well, there wouldn't be a bludgeoning episode if someone didn't break a chair.
We need
and of
train
course
wrecks.
it's a skinny little bitch, not us
Yeah.
two fat asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's with us and chairs? Well,
One of them wooden things, chair. We need reinforced steel chairs in
Yeah.
our shows.
I'm just glad this chair isn't going through my body.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be good because it'd be brutal,
It would be fucking brutal.
but then we wouldn't have another episode. So
All right, that's it. Listen to Eohum, listen to Wykan, and we'll see you. Listen to the radio show every Saturday
the radio
night,
show Saturday nights,
9 to midnight.
9 to midnight, 101.5 The Hawk. If you're in
.ca.
Hamilton, or 101.5thehawk.ca.
Yeah, or tune in
which is most likely
Tune in.
wherever
if
it's gonna go.
tune in is working.
Yeah, it's spotty.
It's a bitch.
Just use. Are they on Radio Player Canada?
Yeah,
or iHeartRadio.
no, they're not on iHeartRadio. We're not on iHeartRadio. We're not superstars. iHeartRadio is owned by.
Yet.
iHeartRadio bought like every big station.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
we're rambling.
We're out of here.
We're out of here.
Off to go pedal some
See you next
ground
week.
up hooker meat.
As same as every week, same bad time, same bad channel. Fuck Kevin Smith. That's my my new outro.
Is he dead?
No, he says that. He
Yeah.
says that at the end of his podcasts.
And
Same bad
I've been
time,
saying
same
that
bad
for
phrase.
years, and I didn't even know. And apparently, I've been ripping off Kevin Smith. Fuck Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith wants to step to me. He can come on our podcast and step to me. Or if he wants to invite me on his podcast, I'll step to him any day. Any day, Kevin Smith.
I survived a heart attack,
Yeah.
and I say fuck you, Jonas.
Yeah, he did though. He did survive the Widowmaker.
No. Good for Kevin Smith and all that shit. But fuck him for stealing my line.
Silent Bob, you're coming back.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. See ya.